What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, Division Rivals? This is Steven Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. Sports Channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Today's topic, first off, thank you guys so much for joining in today. I want to talk about this running game in the Philadelphia Eagles. Boy, we had some opportunities that were missed in this game, and we had some complexity to the running game in trying to analyze and judge it. So I want to start off by saying I did see creativity from Nick Sirianni in the running game, and everyone's suspicion about basically Tampa Bay selling out to stop the running game, very much true, guys. All the way up to the fourth quarter, basically, of this football game, every time I kind of looked at film, I pretty much saw 8 guys in the box versus the Philadelphia Eagles running game. And I wanted to confirm it by going into next-gen stats, but unfortunately you need to have at least 10 carries, and because Miles Sanders didn't accumulate 10 carries, it didn't accumulate a stats for that game. So we couldn't really see 8+ percentages versus the box to kind of get a feel for that. So it's a little unfortunate, but you could just tell from the film, guys, ton of 8-man boxes here. I will start off by saying some of the things that I saw from Nick Sirianni. Let me define when I say creativity what I saw here, guys. I saw everything from zone reading, and I do believe that Jalen Hurts on the zone read was by far the most effective play we had, followed up by probably inside zone runs with Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell and the guys like Boston Scott. That's where the big plays really came, was off the inside zone. And I saw some things where you can maybe critique it and say, like, hey, man, I see the creativity, but the management side of things, right? I mean, not play calls to play calls, but when you're managing the game, I don't think we ran enough off the left side of the offensive line, following behind Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata. And I felt like there were too many times with these running backs, Miles Sanders in particular, where we kept trying to bounce it on an outside zone and trying to get laterally on these guys. And it just, 3 or 4 yards is nothing to shake at. I mean, it keeps your offense on schedule and on a rhythm. But I didn't see that. I'm not going to lie, guys. I didn't see enough of it to qualify it and say, like, I thought that was a great job. Now, what I will say is, in terms of the creativity, what I did see, I saw everything from, like I said, zone read to what I would call an over zone or a cross zone. Basically, when you take a wing formation with your tight ends and they kind of cross over and they try to block out, and then you run kind of an inside zone look off of that or outside zone look off of that, depending on if you're running in or outside zone. And then I saw things like 2-back sets. There was one of the bigger plays we had from Miles Sanders, came off a 2-back set with Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders in the backfield together. For the life of me, I do not understand why Doug Peterson and now also Nick Sirianni don't do more of these 2-back set looks with Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders in the game together, because every time they're in those games in that 2-back set, something good normally comes from it. I don't get it, guys. I really wish we saw more of that. I saw pistol formation stuff. I definitely saw the late in the game, Nick tried to switch it up, and he wanted to basically confuse Tampa Bay, so he didn't want them being able to cue on which side of the field the running backs were going to, because if you're just playing 8 in the box, it's really easy to then cue in. But I will preface this by saying they stopped playing 8-man boxes at this point, if I'm being fair. But they did go pistol formation. That's when your running back is lined up directly behind your quarterback. The reason you do that is it doesn't give away which side of the field you're running towards. So they went pistol formation and tried to switch things up like that. There were a lot of attempts, guys, to get things going. He definitely tried a lot of different things, gave a lot of different looks to try to get things moving and flowing here. Now, the most disappointing series of the game is probably the first series of the game, to where we start off with a nice 7-yard run, come back, get a couple of yards on a little dump-off play, and then we're in the exact down and distance you want to be in as a football team. 3rd and 2. And I'm sorry, man, we tried to zone read. It looks like, to me, it looks like it was the wrong read. It looks like Hurts read it wrong. Tries his own read, pulls the ball back, gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. We're 3 and out. That was disappointing. I really wish that the results of that play would have been different. Now, I will say, some caveat, some nuance here. We come back on the second possession, guys, and Jalen Hurts goes right back out there and he zone reads them again, and Jalen was really good outside of a couple plays in zone read. It was by far probably our most effective play. There, he was easily picking up 7, 8, 9 yards per chunk every time he zone read them, and he did a good job in terms of that. Judging it overall, guys, the only possessions I saw where we did not begin the possession with a running play was the 5th possession, the 10th possession, and the 12th possession. 12th possession I don't really count, guys, because it's kind of the end of the game scramble drill. Of course, you're not running the ball in that situation to open up in that. But, it was mixed. It was basically just mixed, results here. A lot of times, we would start off a really good run. We start the first two possessions, first possession a 7-yard run, second possession a 9-yard run off a zone read. But then you go to the possessions like the third possession and the sixth possession, and you see that front of Tampa Bay showing up. Third possession, they hold us to a 2-yard run. Sixth possession, Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh hold us to a 2-yard run. And it kind of, we had things that put us behind the chains as well that kind of hurt us, guys. Ninth possession of the game, we have a negative 3-yard run from Miles Sanders trying to bounce it outside, and it didn't work out. Eighth possession of the game, we have a 4-yard run, a negative 4-yard run, I should say, from Jalen Hurts trying to zone read, another time where the zone read didn't really work. So eighth and ninth possessions in particular, followed up with the third and sixth possessions, we just didn't really get the offense moving. We didn't get things moving, and I think those are the possessions where it hurt us because you have those particular points where the defense makes its adjustment. It holds Tampa Bay for 4 straight possessions, but we just cannot get into a rhythm to actually execute on those opportunities. And that's why when I presented the post today, guys, when I did the poll, I talked about, one of the things I'm noticing here, guys, is you can critique play calling and more so the game management side of the play calling, but also the importance of having a contact balance back who can keep you on schedule in your offense, who can keep your offense in rhythm and keep things moving forward. I got to believe, man, if you got a 3rd and 2 opportunity with a healthy Jordan Howard, he's not losing you yardage in that situation. I'm not saying he converts it, but he's certainly not going to he's probably not going to lose you yardage there. I'm assuming Jordan Howard still wasn't right with the shoulder. Stinger was probably still bothering him. We saw he had a very minimized role in the, that Washington game, and he didn't look like himself. And then, he sits out the Dallas game, comes back for this playoff game, and they don't even give him a handoff. I still think that one of the things this offense can improve upon is getting a guy that's younger, more durable, and is a contact balance back that maybe has a little bit more athletic ability than a Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's perfectly fine, guys. I would accept him back with open arms. That guy's been really good for the city of Philadelphia when he's been in games. It's disappointing, guys. This is a disappointing result for the running game. It stings a little bit just because, like I said, I do feel like there were missed opportunities. I do think there were times where we start the games off with 7 and 9 yard runs and we can't capitalize on building that momentum. To be fair, there were some other times where we had, the 4th possession, an 11-yard run off of Hurts doing a zone read. We have a couple of consecutive first down plays. You get to the second first down on that possession. It's a 6-yard run off Hurts zone reading people. And we just didn't capitalize on that 4th possession. We end up going basically 3 consecutive passes at one point, and it leads to that missed attempt from Rager on a 4th down play, and we go 3 and out. Then you followed up with the 5th possession, and, we start that possession off with a pass. There's a penalty that puts us into a 1st and 20. And then off of that, we have a 2nd and 20 after an incompletion, and you have a zone read by Hurts gives you 9 yards and puts you into a manageable 3rd and 11, which leads to a 35-yard pass completion that puts us inside Tampa Bay's 30, and we throw an interception. There were opportunities that, in fairness, the run game did present us at times that we did not capitalize on. But overall, I definitely think that keeping your offense in rhythm and on schedule through the running game is very important for this Philadelphia Eagles team. And when you get a team like Tampa Bay that is absolutely daring you to throw the football, you can't just completely sell out and throw the football. You still have to run the ball. And that's where I think a guy that's a contact balance back comes in handy. That's just going to inside zone read stuff and really get there. With that said, we can critique a lot of things, guys. The rhythm step of Jalen Hurts, hitting that rhythm step and getting the ball out in breaking routes, right? Making sure you're on time with the offense. You're playing in rhythm with the offense and getting that football out there. Anticipating things before they're breaking open, not waiting for guys to get open and then trying to throw the football. All those things help, right? A boundary side X receiver that can, definitely erase mistakes in breaking routes and all that stuff helps, guys. I still think this offense is a work in progress. But leave your thoughts down below, guys. Let me know what you think. This is my analysis of looking at the 18 running plays that I observed from this game. I am going to ask Jalen and Caleb. I'm going to give them all 18 plays. I'm going to have them, when they get time, look over those plays, give me some notes, and then we're going to maybe have a panel between Jalen, Caleb, and I. And we're going to talk about, what we saw. Caleb being a former collegiate offensive lineman, Jalen being a former collegiate offensive lineman. I want to get their perspective on how they thought the line played in this game in the running downs. Because I did see a couple of things that bothered me a little bit from the offensive line play. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all's time and attention. I'll catch you guys on the next video.